Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't planning on doing another review just yet, but then I looked over at my passenger seat and I had this there. Might as well. But we'll get to that. Folks, excuse me. In super simple format, I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for today, though? Happens to be my Scandal shirt. It's actually all the way down there. It's a very busy shirt. So busy. But what's Scandal? Scandal are an all-girl Japanese pop rock group that's been around for just shy of 20 years now. I got into their stuff back in, I want to say maybe even before the 2010s, but quite a while ago now. And I've been sort of following their career a little bit, at a time. I was really fortunate recently. They actually went over there and did a small North American tour, and they decided to hit Chicago, which was awesome of them. So I got to see them live for the first time. It was just a few days ago. I loved their set. They were incredible on stage. If you don't believe me, I actually have some videos of their performance that I attended. Those videos are on my channel if you want to check them out. If nothing else, be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why was it just in the passenger side of my truck? Well, it was in the passenger side of my truck because I bought it a couple days ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I should review that. And typically, if I want to review something, I'll toss it in my truck to remember to review it. And the thing is, though, we've been having a heat wave recently, and I haven't wanted to review anything in the truck for a few days now. So, we're remedying that now because I'm reviewing, boom, it's from Takis, new. This is their Fuego DUOS flavored snacks. It's extreme, by the way. And so, yeah, this is a mix of their hot chili pepper, lime, and then we've also got watermelon from Popcornopolis. So it's a mix of what I'm guessing is Takis and then like watermelon flavored popcorn. Sounds neat to me. Let's get a thing for the thing here. Looks like, yeah, we're gonna go like, yeah, we'll go, let's give them a go. I've reviewed Takis in the past. They're not my favorite snack in the world or anything, but like I do like some Takis. Now, I do want to mention, I always like to bring this up when I review, like, chips and stuff. Here's the bag, right? I haven't taken anything out of the bag. Right? A little bit smaller than my big head. Like I said, I got a big head. Here's how many actual snacks you get. Significantly smaller than my big head. They're running a racket on us, folks. Alright. Well, let's try out the Taki. First of all, I imagine it's going to taste like Fuego Takis. Okay. That's different than I was expecting. So I was expecting that the Takis themselves would just be the normal Fuego flavor, that sort of chili lime flavor, right? And while that's certainly there, I was expecting that would be it. I was expecting the watermelon flavor to come exclusively from the popcorn. But that's not the case. It definitely is a mix of the flavors, even on the Takis. So you don't get the same strength of punchiness that you usually do from the normal Fuego Takis. It's a little bit more subdued because you've got that watermelon flavor also tying in with it. It's still got that nice chili hit, just again a little bit more subdued. The sort of lime aspect to it has been kind of replaced with the watermelon, though there is still a little bit of a citrusy kind of hit to it. But yeah, it's interesting. I wasn't expecting that to be where they went with it. Let's try out the popcorn. So now the popcorn is more of that straight, it's just straight watermelon flavor, which again is what I was expecting. I figured they would be very separate, but it seems like some of the seasoning from the watermelon has integrated in with the Takis. Okay, now it's interesting. Watermelon popcorn in and of itself is an interesting concept. If you're unfamiliar, I'm from Illinois, and popcorn is actually our state snack. Popcorn's kind of a big deal here. We don't usually get tagged in it when it comes to our food stuff. You know, people think like deep dish, Italian beefs, things like that. But popcorn is a big deal in Illinois. And I've never had watermelon popcorn. Like, not saying it hasn't existed in other capacities, but this is a first for me. Now, the watermelon flavor itself does do something that normally I'm a little bit annoyed with, but in this instance, I'll let it go. In that it uses that very amped up watermelon flavor. And what I mean by that is, when it comes to watermelon flavor, watermelon by itself isn't like a crazy flavor. It's a very mellow flavor. It's part of the reason why I actually like watermelon so much. It is more subdued. It's a nice, refreshing flavor. Typically, when people like to package watermelon as a flavor, they crank the flavor level on it way too high. Now, when they do this in like drinks, like for instance, like crushed watermelon soda, I'm not a big fan of that. In this instance, I'll give it to them though, because I understand it's on a popcorn, you're trying to, you know. So that, in congruence with the Takis, is actually a nice mix, because you've got that nice sort of sweet, fruity flavor, but also still kind of tanginess from the popcorn. And then on the Takis side, you've got that, you know, little bit of heat from the Fuego and the chili and stuff. Okay, now let's do it properly. Let's try one on one. Wow, together that's weird. Okay. Wow, I don't know how much I like that or not. Because man, oh man, when you get them together, the flavors, like, you'd think like, oh, it's going to be a nice mix of like sort of sweet and spicy. And there is that eventually. But the initial hit is kind of just like really salty and tangy. I'm going to do that again. Yeah. Like, initially, you don't get any fruitiness, any sweetness. It's just that chili tanginess. But once it fades out, you do get that blend. That's so weird. I wasn't expecting that. But I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. It's such a heavy hit of flavor when you pair them together. Like, way more than separately. One more time. I think I'm liking it, though. I think it's starting to win me over. Yeah, I feel like the tanginess from the Fuego sort of mixing with that tanginess from the popcorn. And so initially, again, just tangy and salty. And then starts to fade out. And that's where you start getting like the tail end with some fruitiness and some sweetness. I actually do think I like that as a combination. It's weird, and it's so different from what I was expecting, but I think I like that. Okay, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get these again? Would I recommend them? I'm going to go with yes and yes, which, to be honest, I wasn't entirely expecting. Because, again, Takis aren't my go-to snack. I don't mind them. Sometimes, you know, I'll go down for some Takis, but in this instance, I was kind of like, it'll be fun to review, but probably not. I really like the unique blend of flavors here. I didn't expect it to work as well as it did, and I appreciate that on both ends. The Takis by themselves are nice. The popcorn by itself is nice, and they both bring different things to the equation. But when you go over there and pair them together, it's such a heavy hit of flavor, and initially I was taken aback by it. But actually, I really like that. And I actually think that that flavor pairing works out really nicely. Plus, you get a little mix of different textures, too, which is kind of nice. I like these. These are cool. If I'm recommending them, they're not going to be for everybody, but I think if you're somebody who's already a fan of Takis, you already know to expect really punchy flavor, right? Takis do that really well. I think these are worth checking out. I can't promise everybody's going to like them. I will say, I would suggest try it the way I did it. Try them one-on-one, then try them together. I think you'll be surprised by the end result. And you might not like it, but at the very least, I don't think you'll have had anything that tastes quite like it. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly Takis-tastic rest of your life. Because, again, not my thing all the time, but Takis are still damn good. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your opinion on the amped up water flavor? Is it something that you're into, or is it something where, like me, you think maybe the watermelon can stand on its own? It doesn't need to be cranked up to 11. And again, in certain instances, I'm perfectly okay with it, but usually, 99% of the time, I just like a more mellow watermelon flavor. But that's just me. Let me know what you think.